I wanted to develop a deeper understanding of how the impacts of gender and race create even more difficult situations for those in housing precarity and why single-axis approaches to these issues are being implemented by the UK government. I understand that research is subjective to the way I, the researcher, is influenced by my perspective, values and social experiences. First, I want to express my gratitude to my lecturer, Dr. Katie Wright, Reader International Development, for all of her help with the dissertation. She led insightful lectures, oversaw my work, and inspired me to finish my dissertation before the deadline. I will always be grateful to her for providing support, inspiration, and companionship throughout the writing process. Without the educational perspective and ongoing help, motivation, and support of my mentor, it would not be feasible to conduct research. Second, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to my husband for his patience, unending support, and motivation during my dissertation journey.
It is without a doubt that for decades and centuries learning a new language was part of self-development, and that is why many academic institutions initiated different languages as part of the curriculum, even though learning a language is frequently considered a means of fostering intellectual development and a wider awareness of other cultures. Resources like the ambassador interpreter may make it easier for people to function in multilingual settings. Misconceptions about children's English language proficiency result in prejudices and labeling, emphasizing the child's propensity to do poorly than their capabilities in their native language. Different labels, including bilingual, and multilingual, plurilingual, and EAL, are applied to children who speak different languages than English. Although they all have diverse meanings, it is sometimes considered that all these phrases have the same meaning.
I will show how theoretical issues of authenticity arise as practical problems in the Civil War reenactment community by presenting my own observations from the 2006 Gettysburg reenactment and by relying on a number of texts produced by participant observers. An exotic type of diamond may have come to Earth from outer space. Scientists say that called carbonado or black diamonds, the mysterious stones are found in Brazil and the Central African Republic. They are unusual for being the color of charcoal and full of frothy bubbles. It is sometimes called Highland Spanish since it is generally spoken in the mountainous areas of Latin America. While each country retains its own accents and has some unique vocabulary, residents of countries such as Mexico, Colombia, Peru, and Bolivia generally speak Latin American Spanish, especially in urban centers. In search of lessons to apply in our own careers, we often try to emulate what effective leaders do. Roger Martin says this focus is misplaced, because moves that work in one context may make little sense in another. A more productive, though more difficult, approach is to look at how such leaders think. After extensive interviews with more than 50 of them, the author discovered that most are integrative thinkers, that is, they can hold in their heads two opposing ideas at once and then come up with a new idea that contains elements of each but is superior to both. In practice, culture refers to elite goods and activities such as haute cuisine, high fashion or haute couture, museum caliber art and classical music. The word cultured referred to people who knew about and took part in these activities. For example, someone who used culture in this sense might argue that classical music is more refined than music by working class people, such as jazz or the indigenous music traditions of Aboriginal peoples.
Research in the UK emphasises the possible advantages of home language use in settings with a prominent level of multilingualism. For instance, McGill 2014 contends that incorporating children's first language into multilingual exercises increases their participation and acknowledges their experiences and cultures, convincing them and their parents of their significance.